Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Iz, and today we're in a little different spot. We got a new bookshelf, so I really wanted to film in front of it, but to film right in front of it was a little hard, so I've been doing some like changing the furniture-ish things to get the bookshelf in the shot while still having a stable like fake tripod thing, because I don't have a tripod and I film on my phone, so love that. But anyways, you don't care about that. I am here today to do the authortube newbie tag. I haven't done anything on authortube yet, which is obviously why I'm doing the newbie tag for it. But I've seen some videos about it, especially Bookish Therese, who I will link down below in the description. I really love her videos a lot, and especially the authortube ones, because she's also on booktube. But yeah, and I've been watching like professional authors for like years, and I really love watching these. I really love getting advice on how to write. I really love especially hearing other people just talk about their own books. I really love the writing updates that Haley from Haley and Bookland does. I'll also link her down below. But yeah, so writing is just like my biggest passion and one of the biggest things in my life, so I really wanted to be part of this YouTube community for it, because I really feel like that will be a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna be doing the tag and answering the questions, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I just have the questions here on my laptop, and I'm just gonna answer them. Whatever, you get it. It's just a regular tag. So let's go. The first question is, how did you find out about authortube? So actually I found out about it mostly because of Therese, who I already mentioned just now, and then some other people from Twitter. I'm in a Twitter group chat for like booktubers. We were first called like under 500, but I think we changed it to under 1K. But they're all lovely people. I'll link a like playlist down below with all of our videos on there. So if you want, you can go check them out, because they're all amazing, and I really enjoy watching their content and talking to them, even though I'm usually pretty inactive. It's just that I'm not very good with group chats and like keeping up to date with everything, so I apologize for that if you're one of them and you're watching this. But yeah, I'll link that down below so you can watch these videos too. But that's basically how I found out about authortube. Like I said, I have been watching professional authors, like published authors. I mean, what even is a professional author? Is that a thing? I don't think so. I mean published authors for years, and I really enjoyed that, but I didn't know that authortube was an actual thing. Like, I didn't know it was like a whole community like booktube, for example. So I just found out about that recently through the group chat. Then the second question is, what genres do you write in? So I write mostly fantasy and contemporary, and my current work in progress is mostly high fantasy, but I have added some sci-fi elements into it recently, which I'm really enjoying a lot, and I'm really excited to just weave that more through the whole story, and into the planned, in my head, whatever, sequel for it. So yeah, that's basically all I write. I don't write anything else besides that, and like YA, new adult, contemporary. Yeah, guess that's it. That's also like my favorite like genres to read too, so I guess that makes sense why I would write something that I really enjoy reading too. The third question is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? So my preferred writing tense is probably past tense. I also like writing in present tense, but I don't know, for some reason, it kind of depends. If I write contemporary, I mostly write in present tense, and if I write fantasy, I mostly write in past tense. I just feel like that's what matches with the like genre the best. I don't know if that's just me or if that's an actual thing, but anyway, that's just what I tend to automatically do. Then my preferred point of view is, I don't know what it's like actually called, but I always write from third person, but then that you still like know their thoughts. I don't know what that's called. I'm sure it has some fancy word, but I don't know what it's called. So anyway, let me know down in the comments if you know what it's called. But yeah, so that's what I mostly write in. And that's my preferred reading point of view too, I think. And if I write contemporary, I also sometimes write in just first person. And then for category of story, like I mentioned, mostly YA and new adult. Question 4. Are you a plotter, pantser, or planter? I'm a plotter for sure. Like, if I don't have at least majority of the story plotted and like a clear outline of what I need to write, I just can't write. I mean, I can write like some random scenes, but it's never gonna be more than a few pages. Just because for me to keep being interested in a story and to keep being motivated, that's my biggest like writing struggle, is that I just need to know where it's going, and I need to know that it's actually going somewhere and that there's a point to me writing it. So I usually, with most of my work in progresses, like my current work in progress and my new work in progress that I've started recently, I basically just plot and outline the story from start to finish, just so I know where it's gonna go, what I have to write. If I'm stuck in something, I just know what's coming next, so then I can start writing that, and it just really helps me a lot to keep on track and to keep writing. Question 5. Are you I can't speak. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? So I'm yet to be published. That's like my biggest dream and goal, is to just have a published book. I don't know if it will happen. I have the goal to make it happen though, so I'm gonna work for that and try my best to actually make it come true. But yeah, I haven't actually ever finished a full story yet, except for a short story that I wrote in the summer, but it's only like 15,000 words as of now. I haven't like done any edits or anything, it's just the first draft. But yeah, that's the only story I've ever managed to finish, and it's a short story, so it's not exactly the same thing. My current work in progress has a little over 40k now words, I mean. So I'm like halfway-ish through the story, and that's going pretty well. So hopefully I'll be able to finish that pretty soon, hopefully, I don't know. And then I can start looking into all the publishing things and like just how all of that works, because like it's a big thing and it's scary, and I don't know how anything works in life. Question 6. If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not really like familiar with all the different publishing houses, and like not even like literary agents. I don't know anyone. Like literally, I don't know. Maybe that's a little stupid that I never like looked into that properly, but yeah, it's just not something I've done. For me, writing has always been something that I just have to do. Like, I don't know, like it sounds silly, and I mean, of course there's times where I'm not writing, but it's kind of like breathing, like I don't know, like I just don't feel like myself when I'm not writing. So basically the only times I'm not writing is when I'm not feeling good, so like mentally, so when I'm like having a bad time and stuff, that's when I just don't write. But yeah, I definitely don't feel like myself when I'm not writing. I always need to be writing something. I have like a million story ideas. If I'm not actively writing, I'm always brainstorming about it, or making up characters or worlds, or making Pinterest boards, which is like one of my favorite things to do, honestly. Yeah, I'm just always busy with some sort of writing things. But yeah, I got way off track there, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so I have never really looked into a publishing house or literary agent. But maybe I'll do that after this tag, because now I'm like, I want to know what the deal is. Question 7. What authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? So I think mostly writing updates. That's something I really want to do. That's something I've wanted to do for the past few months, but I just wasn't writing actively, so I didn't really do that. I did very briefly talk about starting NaNoWriMo in my first Tea with a Tail video. If you want to see that, I'll link it here up on the screen. I don't know what site, or like down below, I'll figure it out. But yeah, so mostly writing updates, and besides that, maybe some writing like authortube tags. I've seen some of those going around and they seem really fun. Maybe some like writing vlogs, but I don't know how well that would go, because I don't know, I don't like feeling pressured to do anything. So if I vlog, I might feel pressured to like write in a specific time period, and I don't know how well that's gonna go for my actual writing, but we'll see about that. But yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what kind of videos, but just for sure writing updates and tags. Question 8. When did you start writing? So to be honest, I can't remember exactly when I started to write. I just know that when I was a child, I was always making up stories. I had a like million notebooks that were like titled like stories or something like that, where I would just write down some random story ideas. I used to make up stories with my brother that we would write down and like make little drawings for. Once I was like around like 9-10ish, I used to write a lot of children's stories, so like picture books and things like that. I used to really like that, and I also really like to draw, so I used to like draw the actual pictures on top of them. So I would write it on my laptop and then print it and then draw the actual picture. So I really loved doing that. Then once I got a little older, once I was a teenager, I got really into fan fiction and all of that, because I mean, I've always been like in fandom, so fan fiction is a little inevitable. So yeah, I wrote a lot of fan fiction, which I'm not gonna show anyone, because like, 1, it's embarrassing. 2, my writing sucks. 3, my English is not very good yet. And 4, let's just forget about all of that. But yeah, I used to do a lot of fan fiction writing. I do still love fan fiction, especially for like Harry Potter and just, I don't know, like, yeah, mostly Harry Potter or the Raven Cycle or for the game, just my like first bookish fandoms. I really love reading fan fiction about that, and I sometimes try to write a little too, but I'm never really too invested in them. And then for like the past couple years, I've really started working on my personal projects and just my own original works, and putting all my energy and my thoughts and my actual work and effort into those, because I feel like they're gonna bring me the most in life, obviously. Question 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? To be honest, I can't remember for sure what was the first story I ever wrote. I do, however, have the first story that I can remember, so I don't know if it's actually the first one I wrote, but it's the first one I remember. I'm not too sure on what it was exactly about. I just know it was about some girl in a like fairy-ish world. It wasn't like a whole fleshed out story or anything. I just wrote it in like elementary school during class, I think. And I drew a little drawing with it, with like an arch with a bunch of plants and roses and stuff like that, and I just remember being really excited about writing that and just really loving it a lot. Question 10. What authors have inspired your writing the most? So I have two answers for that. That's V.E. Schwab and Alice Oseman, and that's like my favorite authors, and that's it. Like, don't really have any other favorite authors, to be honest. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? Okay, so sometimes I try to schedule. Just a little side note, I don't actively go to school. I'm in an online school and we have like classes on location once a month. Besides that, every week I have to hand in assignments online. I am studying creative writing, so that's nice. I'm always writing for uni. But yeah, so basically I'm just home during the day. I don't have to go to uni myself, besides that one time in the month. So that means I get a lot of free time, or like a lot of authority of what I do with my time and when I do it, basically. So sometimes I try to schedule it, sometimes I try to plan my day. I try to make it like weekly planning or something, and sometimes that goes pretty okay, but most of the time it doesn't really work for me. So what I've done recently is just make a to-do list, and that way I can just choose when I do what, but I still know that there are specific things I have to do in the day, and that's working a lot better. And also, if I just randomly feel like writing, of course I'll just write whenever I want, and I do luckily have the opportunity for that since I don't have to go anywhere. Question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? So I mostly just write on my laptop or my phone. I write in Google Docs, so I just connect with that on any internet thing, basically. And I do write some things down by hand, like I have little notebooks, but it's mostly just inspiration or just random ideas or like character profiles, things like that. And yeah, just really sometimes if I feel like writing something by hand or I can't get my phone or my laptop out, I'll just write in the notebook like little scenes or something, but mostly I just write on my laptop and my phone. And I usually write either in my bedroom or in the living room or in the library at my girlfriend's university. That's a really nice writing place. I can really like concentrate a lot there and just focus on just my work. And when I'm at home, sometimes it really works and I like being at home, of course, but it's also pretty distracting and like easy to just do something else, to just watch TV or just go on my phone on like social media or whatever. And I feel like when I'm at the library, I don't have those distractions as much. Then question 13, what are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of authortube? So I think mostly I'm just excited to be part of the community. Like I said, I didn't know that authortube was an actual thing. Like, I mean, of course it makes sense that it is, but I just didn't know that people like who are not published authors could just make little videos like this, and that's just really exciting for me. I really love talking to people about writing, especially people that write themselves. And yeah, I'm just excited to make friends in the community and to watch other people's videos, to get maybe advice or to share my own advice or to just talk with all of you about writing and all our books. And yeah, that's just really exciting for me and I'm really looking forward to that a lot. So that's all the questions, I think. Wait, let me check. Yeah, so that was all the questions. I just saw that apparently the original video is not available anymore, so I can't link that down below, sadly, but I will link down below the people that I mentioned and my own video that I mentioned. And yeah, I just really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll be excited to see more of these. Maybe if you don't write yourself, you can still find some enjoyment in these videos, or like, I don't know, some entertainment or something, I don't know. But yeah, I just really hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!